Hi guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well, guys. It may be the new year, but I feel it is colder than it was December. Freezing, may I just add, freezing. I've got a new little loungewear set that I picked up from Boo Avenue in the sale actually, and I love it. It's a nice little Pharaoh 3/4 zip lounge set, and I'm living in it. And also I am living in my Highland cow mug, which, guys, I cannot wait, because the only thing with this cup, the horns act as like a glasses barrier, so when I'm lifting it I can't go any more if the drink's not coming out and I have to whack my head back because the horns stop my glasses. But yeah, I actually just like it for the warmth at the moment to hold. But I'm going to pop it just here on my book because it's a fruit tea at the moment. I'm on the fruit teas. I would love to say it was a lovely hot chocolate, but it's not quite that. So my lovelies, we are kicking off Sit Down with Shan for 2025. We are on the bed. We've got some new bedding. This is still fluffy like teddy bear, but it's spring flowers. So I was like, you know what? We still need that cuddliness because, as I say, it's like the Baltic here. So that is what we have gone for. A little bit of spring into a new step, you know, spring into a bit of a new year. But talking of springing into a new year, my lovelies, that is what this month's Sit Down with Shan was. I asked you over on email and my Instagram, and as I say, if you do want to get involved in those, that always link down below. I send out an email and ask for your input, and I also will then put it on my Instagram stories. You guys can respond via that or send me a DM and let me know your thoughts on it. But this month, of course, is 2025. It's a new big year. There's a lot of things happening, and my question to you, my lovelies, was what do you hope is going to bring you for 2025, and also what worries do you have? So we shouldn't really be going into a new year worried, but that's just not realistic. I think we will always have worries no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what year, no matter what month, anything like that. And it's now about seeing what we've got to look forward to, what potentially might go wrong, but try and be prepared for it. So grab your hot drink. I'm going to have a little sip of mine just before I start ribbit-rabbiting, because we know that it absolutely burns my lips when I start. And let's get in with our first Sit Down with Shan of 2025, talking about the highs and lows of it. So I have my trusted old iPad to hand. And as I say, my lovelies, I do actually need to get a new iPad case. I've had this one for forever and a day, and sorry if you hear the phone buzzing, that is all of you lovelies replying back to the Vogue videos. I do hope you're enjoying them. We do need a new iPad case. I keep saying it, but I want to wait because I want something that's going to fit in with this theme, fit in with a Scandals with Shan theme. So yeah, we're gonna go with it, but let's have a look. Highs and lows, what are we looking forward to? What are we dreading of 2025? Let's kick it off with Instagram, shall we? Is that there? I have to remember, my lovelies, because I screenshot. Yes. One of my lovelies says, I'm getting into shape with you and Mama G. Woohoo! Mum is on her cornflake diet. However, for the first week, she has actually been cooking the Hello Freshies. If you was with us through Vlogmas, you will remember that I forgot to cancel Hello Freshies order. So Mum had 4 big meals turn up at her door. But she was cooking them away. She said they was quite big portions for 2 people. So I was having lunch and dinner. I was like, that's absolutely fine. And she really did enjoy them. So I was like, I wish I could record on that baby camera, because you could have like a come cooking with Mama G. But she did really enjoy the HelloFresh. Myself, I feel I've definitely cut out a lot of the snacking. I'm trying to be a bit more active. If I'm at work, I'm trying to get up and just have a little bit more of a walk around. Definitely trying to drink more water. That has definitely been a part that I've been struggling with, trying to get more water. And also just getting back into meal prepping, getting into cooking good food again. So we are all on this journey together, my lovelies. I will be doing like little updates here and there with the 75 soft. I tell you what I've really enjoyed from the 75 soft is getting back into my blooming reading. That is something I am very, very happy about. And probably the one thing that I have religiously stuck to has been my reading. Some of the others I've just been a bit short or I've just missed it, but my book, I make sure every day I get my 10 pages done. So I'm very, very happy with that, my lovelies. One of my lovelies says, I've just been through 6 weeks waiting to see if I have the C. Today I got the all clear. Woohoo! I'm so, so happy for you. Honestly, you're a lovely, lovely lady. So to see that 2025 is going to be your year, my lovely. I just absolutely know it. And yeah, so, so happy for you. One of my lovelies says, losing 1 stone and putting myself first. Love this. A lot of people say, oh, people put on weight when they're in relationships. That's completely true, because you get comfortable, you go out, you try these new experiences. A lot of the experiences involve food. But when it comes to losing it, you have to want to lose it for yourself and not for your partner, because I feel there's such a kind of like a misconception that, oh, well, you're just losing it because he's told you or she's told you. And no, it's like, I actually can want to look after myself, and I love that. You're putting yourself first. You've set yourself a goal, and I know you, my lovely. You are a very determined individual, and no doubt you'll absolutely smash it. One of my lovers says, finding a new job as the one I am has me so stressed. I've been signed off work for a month. I am so sorry to hear that. No workplace should ever have you to the point where you're signed off for stress, because that, for me, that's detrimental to not only your mental health but also your physical health. Because if you're stressed, majority of people, they won't eat, they won't socialize, they won't communicate. So I am rooting for you, my lovely, that you have got a new job or found a new job or looking for a new job. Sorry if you've just seen that on my wrist. I've just realized I've still got me hairband. I tried to put my hair in a ponytail earlier, palaver. But yes, with finding a new job, find something. It's easier said than done, I know, but find something you actually have a passion or want to go in for. I think we're so driven by, it needs to be this amount to pay the bills. And don't get me wrong, bills you have to pay. There's no getting out of that, whether that be rent, mortgage, private rent, car, finance, anything like that, you have to pay them, unfortunately. But if, say, you could take a little bit of a drop but still manage your life, and it might just mean reining it in a little, really weigh up those options, because no job should be getting you signed off. And I can say that I've been there, not signed off, but I've had stresses within all of my workplaces, and it's just a way of, it shouldn't be, but it seems to be a way of life. And it's just knowing when to take that step back and be like, you know what, no, this isn't quite for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, nothing wrong with it, my lovely. I do hope you find a new job. Maybe drop me an email or a message if you have, just so that I know how you got on. That'd be cool. Get back to the gym and keep healthy. I really let go in 2024, my lovely. I feel like 2024, we all just kind of thought, sod it. We knew 2025 was coming up. It's halfway through a new decade. And we just thought, sod it. We're going to wait till 2025. And you know what? It's not a problem. I let myself go massively. Hey ho. I enjoyed a lot of good food. I consumed probably a lot more alcohol than I should have done. But all in all, would I change 2024? Maybe my weight. I'm not going to lie. But on the other hand, I wouldn't have been able to stuff my face with all of the goodies that I did. And last year we really did have a good little food selection. We tried so many new places, so many cuisines, and we can burn it off later, my lovelies. One of my lovelies says, I've done 25 small goals for 2025. Hopefully that will keep me motivated. I love that. So as you know, like in my old diaries, it used to be a set amount of goals, whereas this diary I've got this year is split into categories. So if I'd have had that old diary, you know me, with my OCD and particular things, 25 goals for 2025, that would have been, I would have loved seeing that in my diary. It's not quite planned out that way, but people say with goals as well, I don't make goals, I don't see the point. That's not a problem, you do you. But I'm someone who I have to have something either to look forward to to keep me in line or like to keep me focused, because otherwise I'll just go off the track. And sometimes it can be quite disastrous, because I'll think, you know what, sod it, I'm going to eat that whole chocolate cake. Or you know what, I'm going to book another holiday. Like, sometimes these things are very impulsive and very not thought of. We act on impulse, and sometimes it's not the greatest of things, is it? And then you look back after and you think, oh. Whereas if you have little goals to be like, no, you know what, if you save that a man, then you can book your holiday. Or if you lose XYZ a man, you know what, have a whole cheap weekend off. Like, give and take. I'm on the 75. We're kind of reducing with our calories and the snacking. But don't get me wrong, when it's Mother Nature, if I still want to have a slice of cake or a pot of ice cream, I'm going to have it. I'm not restricting my body. I will be feeding my body what it wants for that weekend. One of my lovelies says, read more and working out, journaling, thinking good thoughts and trying to be happy. Love you, Shan. Oh, lots of love to you too. And you know what? Working out, I haven't yet got to that. I'm increasing my steps and I'm needing to set up my Pilates board. But actually just getting out in fresh air and just moving. Sometimes, like in my work, I'll just like run upstairs coming back instead of walking, and I'm like, whew, that's my little HIIT workout. But it gets your blood pumping, and these little short sharp bursts, me and Dan will go for morning walks when it is absolutely freezing. By the time I get to my country park, I can't feel my nose, but you know it's working, because you're feeling like you're panting a bit, you're getting red, you're getting hot, you're like, okay, the blood is pumping, we're doing something right. Journaling, I love my diary. That is something that keeps me consistent now. I'm probably sad like this. I love ticking off things. So I love ticking the stuff off in my diary once I've done them. I like to plan and see what I've got to look forward to. And in terms of reading, I could not shout about this enough. If a lot of people say, nah, reading's not for me. And I get that. Sometimes reading just isn't for people. However, if you can sit down and scroll through Instagram and read bits and bobs, if you can scan through a newspaper, if you can look on Daily Mail, for example, or an online thing, you might be able to just focus on a book. And I would always say give it a go, because for me, okay, the majority of my books are dark genres, I can't lie, it's true crime and murder and thriller. But there's nothing better than, I think, getting a book, sitting down, wherever it may be, and immersing yourself in that world, completely switching off and desensitizing yourself, I think that's the word, to the real life, and just go in your little cocoon. The book that I'm reading at the moment, I am so engrossed in it, and likewise with Dan. So we have very different book genres. Dan likes a lot of mindful books, dealing with like cognitive therapy and how the brain works, and how your brain programs your body and your thoughts and actions. Dan's really into like the neurological books. Me, on the other hand, as I say, it's murder, true crime, good thrillers and true stories. But when we're both in it, so we come up to bed now, this is part of our New Year routine, so we didn't want to come up to bed, and we didn't really have phones in the bed anyway, but it was kind of like you'd have your quick scan through emails, TikTok, whatever, go to bed. But we would sometimes find it hard to settle because you have the bright screens and it's dark and everything like that. So we set a little thing in the new year where we try and get up to bed for a reasonable time now. Talking of bed, I'm so sorry guys. I'm sitting on new bedding in something fluffy and I'm like, I just can't sleep now, shall I? But we come up, we will do ourselves, Dan will normally have a coffee. The worst thing you can have when you're trying to go to bed, but it apparently sends him off, so it's not a problem. He'll have a coffee, I'll have a fruity, we'll come up, we'll get into bed, and he will position himself with his book, and then I snuggle in with my book. So it's not like we're sitting on bed where I'm here, Dan's there, we're not talking, we're reading. We're still like connected, because I feel a lot of people sometimes think by, say for example, reading, you're disconnecting from each other. It doesn't always be like that. As I say, I make sure Dan puts his arm and I'll snuggle in or whatever, and then at the end of it we might read a chapter, or at the moment it's the 10 pages for the challenge, and then we'll have a little chat after, and it'll be like, you know what, I'm at this part in mine, and he'll say, yeah, I've done this in mine, and then we're like, right, lights off, bed. And we have been having a much better night's sleep because we're just switching off. We haven't got the glares or the headaches or anything like that. So 100% I would say that reading is the best way to de-stress, switch off, and whatever genre you're into, my lovelies, whether it be a crime, a thriller, love, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever it is, whatever your little niche is, switch off. And I couldn't agree with you more there, my lovelies. One of my lovelies says, I'm aiming to declutter, save some money and get some new clients. I'd love to see more of my grandchildren and have them over for more sleepovers. What are your New Year's resolutions? Loved all of your Christmas vlogs and moving vlogs and can't wait for the grand tour when it's finished. Lots of love to you, Mama G and Dan. Thank you very much, my lovelies. Lots of love back. And the grand tour, I don't think it's very grand. It's just a little humble home, which it should be done by the end of the month. We're hoping. We just need the few finishing touches and we should be there. And then all of the chaos will begin in spring when we try and tackle the outside. But that is for another day. I love that. Declutter. So, I have a lot of stuff. And I'm going to address it just as we're starting off the year. Because it's something that I think I will always have forever and a day. I have a lot of stuff. This is something that it's always been the way ever since I was little. I would either have a lot of toys, or when I was growing up and reading, I had a lot of books. And I have tried the minimalistic route. It's just not me. It's just not me. I'm sorry. The living room in the house, I feel, is the most minimalistic room. That I look at and I'm like, there's a space there. I could put a vase, or I could put a lamp, or I could put a table. And Dan's like, let's just leave it. So you'll see in the tour, the way with the log burner and the table, we was quite restricted with sofas. So we haven't at the moment got a coffee table. And to be honest, I don't actually think we're going to get any more furniture for the front room because we have the big dining table. So if we have a drink, we literally just pop it on there and one of us will get up and take turns to get it. So I don't think we're going to be cluttering it with that. But now the Christmas tree is out of the bay window, guys, it's empty. And I need something to go in there that's not going to be too dramatic, but just fill a space. So if anyone has any ideas, whether it be a big vase, maybe a big lamp, I don't know, I need some help on that front. But yes, people say you need to declutter, and I'm like, I know I have a lot of stuff and people might look at it as took. You're completely welcome to do that. But it's my stuff and everything has a meaning. Everything has a purpose. The kitchen, people will probably say you've got too many pots and pans. I think the kitchen side has been instilled from my studying when I was younger for no cross-contamination, using that for that and that for that. So the Christmas, I've got Christmas on my mind. That is far from Christmas, Shannon. The kitchen was always going to be a place where I couldn't just have one chopping board, one pan, and like, that's not me. And I love to death all of my kitchenware. They are like my babies. And yeah, people might say clutter. I'm like, you know what, each to their own. But I am getting better if I'm buying stuff in or I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, I'm not really going to vibe with you anymore. You're not my style. I am in the process of setting up a Vinted. So stay tuned for that, because once I've actually got the collective together and I figured out how to work the website, and no, it's not a website, it's an app, I think. Once I learn how to work it all out, there'll be a video where I will show you what is going live, and then I'll set a date for when it goes live, so then everyone's got like a fair opportunity. And with that, I'll also post it on my Instagram, that if, say for example, those don't have YouTube, I'll link the video and the Vinted so that you can go on and have a look. But yeah, I'm hoping that could be maybe middle of February, I'm going to say, my lovelies. And see more of your grandchildren, I love that. My New Year's resolutions, mine was definitely to shift a bit of weight. It was also to get back into reading and just to try and take a bit more time for myself, and also to travel as much as I can. Travel, travel, travel is the key word for 2025. One of lovely says, well, Shannon, wishing you all a great 2025. Thank you, and you. Good health and happiness in your new home. My New Year's resolution is to eat less, more exercise, and get healthy Whether I'll keep to it is another thing, but I'm going to try my best. As a new year unfolds, we all make these promises, but try to keep to them. Some succeed and some don't, but oh well, we can only try. I couldn't have said it better myself, my lovelies. That's the thing. You can only try, and you never know unless you try. So if you think sometimes it's not really going to work out, you don't know unless you try. So you know what? No one can knock you for it. One of my lovelies, Shannon, it's one day at a time for me in 2025. There is one thing to stop saying no to going out, but also to remember I don't have to keep everyone apart from my family and close friends happy. Loads of love. Thank you very much, and loads of love too. That is definitely something I feel I've been mastering these last few years. I keep my circle very close-knit. I am someone who... probably you don't think it because I sit here and waffle on the internet, but in life, I could count my true friends on one hand. The people I stay in contact with and the people that I know that I can go to no matter what, I can do that on one hand. I would say I have a lot of acquaintances, whether that be through school or education or workplaces, but like my ride or dies is one hand, and I would much rather that. At school, I was in a big group, and it's great when you're at school, you're in a big group. But then you leave and go college and you see your numbers dwindle, and you actually start to figure out who is actually there for you as you're growing up. And you know what? It's not a bad thing to distance yourself from people if it's always you contacting someone and it's always you making the effort. Take a step back and see how long it takes that person to contact you. And that should be your answer. Exactly that. Hi Shannon sweetheart, Dan the man and the wonderful Mama G. Well, 2023 was the most awful year for me. I was in hospital with sepsis for 3 weeks, and then I found out my husband was having an affair with a girl half his age, which broke my heart and had a nervous breakdown because of it. I'm so sorry to hear that, my lovelies. 2024, my mum had a bad fall, breaking her hip, hospital for months, and then I became seriously depressed too. I do hope mum is better now, because a hip, I feel, is that something like a 6-month recovery? Send me an email, my lovely. We chat, so it's okay. People probably think you're a bit intrusive. Send me an email. Thank you. So what do I want for 2025? Just a happier year. I'd like to start work again, lose weight, get my confidence back, and possibly have a holiday. I haven't had one in 5 years, and that would be nice. Most of all, I just want to feel love. All the best. You will feel love, my lovely. We all love you here. And you know what? It will come when you're least expecting it. That is something as well. I feel sometimes we seek things, like we seek the love and we seek admiration from people when we don't need to. We're more than confident and we're more than happy on our own, in our own way. We don't need that validation, but when it just happens naturally, that's the way to look forward to it. And you will get that, my lovely. You will absolutely get that. I want to try and put me first and maybe do a bit more walking. Love that. As I say, clearing the mind and going for a walk, I think I'll take that over a workout any day, because I think being out in the elements and everything, you have a better... Sometimes being indoors or doing a workout or going to the gym and doing a workout, it's not the same as just being at one with nature, hearing the birds, hearing, like, we're lucky enough we walk down by the beach, hearing the waves crashing and just relax, you know. Hope you had a fab Christmas. And you, sweetie, I'm going to do a no buy in the new year to try and pay off any debt I have and save as much as I can. I want to end 2025 in a better financial position. Wishing you the best for 2025, lovely. Thank you very much. And what a very sensible idea. I can't lie, I've been really good as well this month. My biggest expense now, month to month, is fuel. It's not the hauls, it's not the shopping, it's my fuel. My fuel at the moment is creeping. I'm very lucky in the area that I live that I get very good prices on my petrol compared to, say, down where mum is. But yeah, that's eating up my credit card balances, and I'm like, when them credit cards go, whoo, I can't walk to work. I mean, if I did walk to work, that would be a very, very long and treacherous day. I don't even know if it's a day that I could walk it in. Aye, aye, aye. But I love that. And you know what? A very sensible way of thinking, my lovelies. Happy New Year to you all. My 2025 is to try and stay clear of cancer for 5 years. Woohoo! Everything is on hold now as my health comes first. Yes, it does. 5 years to hurry up, and I know I'm wishing the years away, but 5 years is a long way to yet only being diagnosed in September. I wish you all a lovely new year and the best. Lots of love, me and Oliver and this cutest dog. You know what, my lovely? You will do it. The big C can go. Kick it out. We don't want that here. And please do keep me updated with everything. Again, people are probably sitting thinking, you're being nosy. I speak to this lovely on a regular, so it's okay. But yes, wishing you all the best. One of my lovelies says, I'm on a little journey of self-love after discovering the book, The Let Them Theory. It's a must for 2025. No more negative vibes, self-love and plenty of trips. Embarrassing nature is a must this 2025. Sending love and plenty of positive energy to you and Dan, and not forgetting Mama G, discovering myself. You go, girl. You absolutely go and discover yourself. And the Let Them Theory, I will actually have a little look into that. Another one, a new me. I lost more weight. To meet you, Dan and Mama G is one of my new things, and I'm the OG. Even go to a show or a meal together so I can say I met my heroes. Oh my God, bless you. Mama G really wants to do a meet and greet, guys, but there's a lot more involved than I thought. So please bear with me. I will see what we can do on the meet and greet side, but I cannot guarantee anything because, yeah, it's a lot of work. So it might happen, it might not. I don't know the ins and outs and logistics of it, but it just baffles me that people would actually like to meet us. It really does, but who knows. Mum has been spotted quite a lot when she's been out. I've only ever been spotted a couple of times. I've had people email me or send me a message on Instagram and be like, I think I just saw you out, but I didn't want to come over. If you see me out, please do come over. At first, I might be a bit shocked because guess what? I'm just in shock as much as you because I'm like, oh my God, this person watches me. Oh my God, like I still find it very surreal if I was to see someone and they're like, oh, I watch you. I'm like, you watch me? When people send me pictures of me on that TV, I'm like, that's me. It's a very surreal, weird moment, and I'm just like, huh? But yes, if you do see me, please do come up to me. I might be a bit shocked, like, hi. I'm not being awkward. I'm just adjusting myself to the situation and taking it in. I promise. And the last one, my lovelies, let's click you off. I'm hoping that my new job will be good and that I enjoy it. Congratulations on a new job, my lovely. I also want to try and be better at decluttering and using up my skincare and bath products. I'm a bit of an over consumer with these products and I need to sort it out. I'm with you there. I'm a skincare addict. Bath products are still at mum's. I'm slightly just detouring into shower gels now here for the house. But it's fine. We can do this. At least we will be improving ourselves when we're using them up. I have a diamond painting and some colouring books, so it'll be good if I can finish one of them. And they're a good hobby that doesn't involve screens. I've heard about the diamond paintings. One of my friends actually sent me some of hers. But the colouring books, I'm with you there. I've got a box in the cupboard under the stairs of colouring books. And I tell you what, guys, I bought these donkeys years ago in Waterstones when they was first a rage. And I've got some pens off of TikTok. And I said to Dan, I was like, you know what? I think I'm actually going to start colouring again. And he was like, you do you. So I think they might actually go down by the game box. And when I feel the need to just switch off. Again, as you say, it's another hobby that doesn't involve screen time. And it's all about trying to get off the screen time at the moment, isn't it? But my lovelies, that is all of our highs and lows and what we'd like to do for 2025. So if you haven't been able to get involved in this, my lovelies, leave me a comment to let me know what you would actually like to do for 2025. Is there anything that's worrying you? Because these types of videos, if you've seen the Sit Down with Shan playlist, we talk about everything and anything. And as I say, if you've got any topics that you want me to cover or anything you want me to re-go over, check the playlist. We've spoke about pretty much everything. If there's anything that you think, oh, you haven't done that, or could we do this again, like a little refresh, let me know down below. But as I say, I don't want to be rabbiting on. I do hope you've had a lovely week. I hope you've stayed warm and stayed safe. But yes, if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. And leave me a comment, as I say, what are your highs and lows that you're thinking the lows we can prepare for, but more importantly, your highs for 2025. Take care, stay safe as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.